9. Reward of kindness. Initial task. What are some ways of being kind? Why is it important to be kind? We should be kind to the people as well as to animals. Read the story of kindness of a slave to a lion that helped him to get freedom from slavery. Thousands of years ago, there lived a poor slave called Androcles. Life was very hard for slaves. Cruel masters didn't give them enough to eat. If they didn't work hard, they were thrown to the lions. Androcles worked all day long in his master's field, but was never paid any money. He was always tired and hungry. One night he decided to escape. He waited until his master was fast asleep. Then he crept out of the house and made his way into the forest. It was dark and the forest was thick. Androcles started running. He knew that if he was caught, he would be punished. He ran all night. By the morning, he was very tired. He lay down to rest and soon fell asleep. He was woken by a loud roaring sound. Androcles jumped up. He saw a lion hobbling about near him. He thought he was very unlucky. He had escaped his cruel master, but was now face to face with a lion. He was about to run away when he noticed the lion was holding out its paw helplessly. The lion wasn't really roaring. He was crying. His paw was bleeding and swollen. Androcles saw a huge thorn sticking between his claws. "No wonder you are crying," said Androcles to the lion. "I'd like to help you, but if I come any closer, you will eat me." But the lion had such a sad look in his eyes that Androcles stepped forward and pulled out the thorn. Androcles fetched some water from a stream and washed the lion's bleeding paw. He then wrapped it in leaves to keep it dry. "You will be all right now," said Androcles. The lion opened its mouth for a moment. Androcles thought the lion was going to eat him, but the lion gently licked Androcles' face as if to say thank you. The lion then limped off into the forest. Suddenly, Androcles heard a voice. "That's him! Catch him! Tie him up!" It was Androcles' master with his men. Soon the men grabbed Androcles and tied him up with ropes. "Did you think you would escape me?" shouted the master. The men took Androcles to the city and locked him in the prison. The next day, a prison guard asked Androcles, "Do you hear that roaring, Androcles? We have not fed that lion since we caught it yesterday. It is very hungry. But he's going to have plenty to eat tomorrow when we put you in his cage." The next morning, Androcles was taken to a huge stadium. The emperor and thousands of people came to see a man being eaten by a lion. The hungry lion was at the center of the stadium. The guards pushed Androcles into the stadium and shut the door. The lion leapt forwards and Androcles, but then something strange happened. The lion stopped and stood still. He seemed to recognize Androcles. He was the same lion that Androcles had helped. The lion just purred and licked the slave's foot. The crowd was very surprised. The emperor stood up and said, "This is the most amazing thing I have ever seen." He clapped with delight. The crowd saw the emperor clapping and they too began to clap. Androcles was taken to the palace. When the emperor heard the story of the lion and the thorn, he announced that both Androcles and the lion would be freed. "Androcles, you helped the lion, so the lion helped you," said the emperor. "How one good deed leads to another. You are a free man now." Androcles and the lion walked out of the city together, both free. Vocabulary: escape, to run away, thick, dense, hobbling, walking with great difficulty, wrapped, covered, grabbed, caught, purred, made a sound like cat, limped off, walked slowly, licked, passed the tongue over in order to taste. Grammatical structure. Conjunctions. Read this paragraph. My family and I went to the zoo to see wild animals. We saw a lion. Since I was scared, I closed my eyes. The lion had a cub, but it was so stinky. We saw all the animals and went back home. The highlighted words in paragraph are conjunctions. The words and, since, but are called conjunctions. These words help combine sentences or parts of sentences. Choose the appropriate conjunction to combine each set of sentences. Conversational skills. Plan a dialogue of about 8 sentences between Androcles and the lion while Androcles was wrapping leaves on lion's paw. Enact it in the class. Let's listen. Listen to the story, The Lion and the Mouse, and complete the sentences. A lion was sleeping in a forest. A mouse started playing on it. The lion was disturbed and arose from his sleep. It caught up the mouse angrily and tried to crush it to death. Then the mouse prayed the lion to leave him off and assured that it would help him when it needed. The lion laughed at it and let him off. One day, the lion was caught in a net spread by a hunter. It roared and tried to escape, but in vain. The mouse heard the lion's roaring and came there. It started cutting the net with its teeth. The lion escaped and thanked the mouse.